how to shoot from the support side. Let's talk about that. Welcome to the Patriot Training YouTube channel. My name is Clay Howell. I'm the owner and head firearms instructor at Patriot Training. The purpose of this video is to talk about how to shoot from the support side. This is called off-shoulder, and there's also another technique called partial off-shoulder. This video will go into detail on those. Because the purpose of this video is to teach off-shoulder and partial off-shoulder, we must start with why you would want to do that. The purpose for shooting off-shoulder is, for example, if you need to shoot around cover or concealment, and you need to do that on your support side instead of your strong side. This is the off-shoulder position. You perform the rifle transition to off-shoulder by first taking a Daniel Boone carry grip, then pushing the rifle forward, then switching hand positions. For many right-handers, the manipulation of the safety on the AR-15 with the left hand can be difficult. I do this with the knuckle of my forefinger. Some people float the thumb and reach around using the thumb to do this. Either is acceptable. This is the partial off-shoulder. The advantage to this position is that you keep your hands where they are at on the rifle. So the hand that is used to manipulating the trigger still manipulates the trigger. Note, depending on rifle length, it is possible that you will need to change the position of your support hand on the forearm. This may affect your ability to square up to the target. You may also need to use the other eye for sighting. This position can be difficult with some rifles, particularly those with longer stocks that are fixed and or scopes. I recommend that you try it and train it. Many times on Patriot Training videos and pictures, we will have people say something along the lines of,
"That's not how you switch shoulders. You have to switch your grip too."
And I know these people are well-meaning, but the fact of the matter is they just come across as uneducated because clearly they don't understand what the partial off-shoulder position is. It seems to be that the people that voice displeasure with partial off-shoulder, by and large, either haven't seen it or perhaps they were in some sort of infantry school or some such, and somebody tried that, and maybe the drill instructor yelled at them for it or corrected them or whatever. And that's fine. At Patriot Training, we do not teach military tactics. We do not teach military strategies or techniques. We teach civilian techniques and strategies and tactics. So we can do things that big military does not permit when it makes sense, and we're going to let logic be our guide, so we will certainly use a partial off-shoulder or an off-shoulder, just depending on the circumstance. It needs to be pointed out that not only Paul Howe at CSAT, but several other operators as well, will say that shooting on an off-shoulder or partial off-shoulder is unneeded, that you can just simply continue to keep the rifle shouldered as you normally would. And they say that, maybe this is because the amount of extra body that is exposed is so minimal, or maybe because the situation is so dynamic that that minuscule amount of that fraction of a second is not really the relevant factor. And you know what? I'll leave those debates to the people who've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I simply have not, and I'm not going to pretend that I have. Also, I will say this. It makes logical sense to switch shoulders, and so therefore I teach it because it's logical. That said, I can't find an article anywhere that would suggest that a troop was saved because they shot from the reverse side, from the off side. So, articles are very few and far between. There's not much documentation on that actually saving any lives. So, the debate is still up there. The purpose of this video is not to have that debate. It is important, however, that I bring that up as a possibility. And if your idea of clearing rooms is not to switch shoulders, then hey, you do you. That's fine. Well, my friends, hopefully that's a good example of a new technique that you can put into your repertoire, into your toolbox. And as you can see, there's some benefit to trying it both ways. So I would urge you to practice that, learn it, do it, get some coaching under the watchful eye of a competent instructor who is familiar with these techniques. And, tell me about it down in the comments. Tell me your experience. What do you think? Did I get it wrong? Did I get it right? What do you know? I'd like to hear that from you. I'd like to share that. I'm always open to having my mind changed. I'd also like to remind you to click the like button, click subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you will be notified when the next Patriot Training video is dropped. And, as always, you don't have to be a patriot to train, but you do have to train if you want to be a patriot. Take care.